Hello and welcome to Titanium Toss Tarot, and today I will be doing a Are You Knocking Yourself Out of Your Intuitiveness and How? Right? Yes, and how. So for this I will be using some concepts. Well, all of the concepts are from SuperConscious Education Company, alright? Brought to us by Chris Duncan himself. And I will basically utilize these and use my intuitiveness to decipher the information that comes to me. All right, so with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let's get into the content, okay? Now, for my perfectionists, let's see if you guys are knocking yourselves out of your intuitiveness this week. Okay, so are my perfectionists knocking themselves out this week of their intuitiveness? I get a no. But if ever towards the end of the week you sort of start feeling less intuitive, okay, I feel like, well, let's see, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists, please come forward and share how they'll get themselves out of their intuitiveness. And you have choice through default, okay, which means that you will feel like you have no other option. You're gonna have to do it that way, or and not the way that you would like, instead of utilizing your own creativity and figuring out how you can make it better. You are going to fall upon a default, right? So that is what I feel for you guys, my perfectionists. Now for my helpers. So I get a no, but a yes. Yet again, at the beginning of the week, I feel like you won't, but the difference between the perfectionists and you guys, the helpers, is that the perfectionists will just, like, be less intuitive towards the end of the week, while as you guys, something will happen which will make you less intuitive, which is kind of the same thing if you look at it from varying degrees. But I feel like you will know this thing that is gonna like knock you out of your intuitiveness like this, and you'll like spot it from a mile away. So because you're gonna spot it from a mile away, so you will know in advance, or as it's happening, you'll be like, ah, I see what you're doing there. Okay, so that's when you can have your, not your wall up, but your empathy, right? Because you're a helper and you're empathic by nature, and you want to help others because of your empathy. And so if you use your empathy like while this is going on, while you notice that your intuitiveness is lacking, you will be able to catch yourself much quicker, is what I'm getting. All right, now for my achievers, the ones who like to who set goals for themselves and who like to see them accomplished. So please, angel. I also get a no, but a yes, which to me, it's like you're good. Your intuitiveness is, you believe, but I feel like you're double checking. You're checking too much, and because you're checking too much, I feel like you're double guessing yourself due to that, and that's not the best, right? Now, that's for my achievers. Now for my individualists. Again, I feel a no, but a yes. So please, angels and guides. Now for this one, nothing came to mind. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message. My individualist, what's coming for them? So for my individualist, I feel like it's a conditional choice. Well, not that I feel like it's what I pulled, but it being a conditional choice, it's like you are putting conditions on what it is you want to create, which definitely means that the universe won't be able to bring it to you because the timing's not right. Because if you want it precisely so, it will not bring it to you until it's precisely so. So what I'm getting is widen your net, be general in your asking so that the universe can bring to you exactly what you want in the way that you want it, not in the way that you think you want, not in the way that your ego is automatically like conditionally putting conditions upon. Okay, so now for my investigators, please, angels and guides. Well, please, angels and guides are my investigators. No, and no, I actually got a no, like flat out no. It's like no. No, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But I do get a slight tinge of maybe yes, which is slightly different than the other ones, which is because they were like, okay, at the end of the week, you're going to start, because I'm guessing the fatigue is going to affect you, but you guys are just like a flat out no. And then there's like this tinge of maybe it might happen. I don't know. You know, type of crescendo type of thing. I don't know why that happened. And then, oh yeah. Maybe you dance salsa. I have no clue. Right? Now, okay, so for my investigators, or am I doing individualists? I did individualists. So this is for my investigators. So what is that like tinge of a maybe? What's that maybe? Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my investigators. What is that maybe? What is that meaning? Please, angels and guides. And we have universal signs. So in the off chance, all right, my investigators, on the off chance, all right, that you are knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness, it is because you have lost faith in your knowledge, and you are actually putting more importance on what's happening outside of you rather than what your internal knowledge is telling you, right? I feel like maybe it's because someone in your surroundings is like, that's bullshit. What are you listening to your intuition for? That is your ego talking to you, and that is their ego talking to you, and you don't want someone else's ego talking to you while you are being intuitive. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but yes. So that might even be a universal sign that someone else comes up to you and tells you something from their egoic perspective. I'm just saying, use that with a grain of salt, okay? Yes. So now, for my loyalists. Okay. I don't know why I became all sassy and stuff. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists. And you got indirectness. So, loyalists. So my loyalists are the ones that are like who who go against who are trendsetters. No, not really. The loyalists are if you like, the shit disturbers, the ones that like to disturb the peace, are like, no, this is how I do it, and this is what I believe, and this is what I'm gonna stick to for the rest of my life. They're the idealists. They're the ones who like to, excuse me if I made anyone offended, but they're the ones who like to stick to an idea and will die protecting it or die defending it, which is protecting whatever. So for my loyalists, the way that you would knock yourself out of your intuitiveness this week would be by indirectness. So, well, if you're direct in your ideas and you're like, nope, there's nothing other than what I believe in, and you're like, I'm sticking to my guns and that's all I'm sticking to, your being indirect is out of character. And I feel like you're trying something new, but it doesn't really sit well. And this is quite interesting because everything, when you first begin doing it, does not feel right until you make it into a habit. So what I'm getting is that for my individuals who are loyalists, all right, you are going to feel like because you're trying something new out, it's gonna feel indirect, it's gonna feel awkward, it's gonna feel weird, it's gonna feel like it's not your place. But all of that is only because you are not used to it yet. It has not become a habit yet, which in and of itself is not bad. It's just a part of the evolution of any one thing, you know? So now for my enthusiasts. Okay, so please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. So my enthusiasts, wait a minute. So first of all, are they knocking themselves out? I get a no, but a yes, but a maybe. And I think this is going to have a lot to do with how you resolve a negative belief about yourself. So I feel like someone's going to say something to you this week, which is going to kind of like shock you, be like, what the hell? Where'd that come from? And be like, okay, yeah, I do need to work on that. But instead of you, like, maybe you know that this is an issue of yours, and if you do know, then that's great. If not, don't try to force to fix something that isn't really broken or needs fixing. But just be mindful of, don't try to fix a negative belief about yourself or resolve a negative belief about yourself. Yeah, because the thing is that if you're trying to resolve a negative belief about yourself, you are actually maintaining that negative belief about yourself within yourself. So if you really want to resolve it, you just accept it and love it and notice when you are being that, so that you can overcome it and do something better next time, right? So that is what I have for my enthusiasts. Now for my protectors. Okay. So my protectors, are they knocking themselves out? I get a yes, but it's like tinge of no. Or vice versa. It really depends on where you are in that spectrum. You know, yes, my glasses are actually broken. I sat on them. So that's what happens. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, and the one that fell is universal signs. So for my protectors, the way they are knocking themselves out, if you are knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness this week, depending on where you fall within that spectrum, the way you do that is by putting more importance on universal signs instead of putting importance on your own intuitiveness, right? What your intuition is telling you, what you are noticing, instead of what other people are saying, because sometimes, like, I have a thing when I see a sign, I will say it out loud, which is like, oh my God, look at that, it's 11111, which is really a mouthful. 1111, right? So from some people believe that the one that saw it is really meant for them, and I believe that if someone sees it and mentions it and you also see it, that is a sign that you were supposed to see it, but you needed a little nudge from the universe to actually see it, right? Like a bigger nudge, not just a small nudge, but a big nudge to actually see it. But that's me, and that's really depending on where you find yourself on that, yet again, another spectrum of thought processes. So really it depends on how you feel, and just be mindful of what type of signs you are listening to this week. Okay, so now for my chameleons, the people who can do all this and be able to respond to whatever situation happens. Okay, so the first one I saw is reaction. So depending on where you are on the spectrum of being a chameleon, if you feel good or if you feel bad, all right, the way in which you would basically knock yourself out of your intuitiveness this week is by reacting, is by noticing, how should I say it? Excuse me, is by not really listening to your intuitiveness, but actually just reacting to stuff. And yes, so not really taking the time to go within and figure out how you are intuitively guided to respond to something, but you're actually reacting. So it's more like whatever you are, your default mode is to react. I'm lopsided, sorry. So my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!